Holy cow. If you were anything like me, you're just thinking, man, Arizona's got some really cool things going down. And you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. Really excited to hear. Excited to be sharing in the proper time slot as opposed to Friday. Friday was a little bit rough. Friday, we're driving up to Bearizona, and we're driving up, and I look at Queen Bee, and I said, "Hey, listen, it's 11 o'clock. Can you launch Facebook or whatever and see if the show was loaded properly?" She said, "No, it's not on." I said, "It's not on? What do you mean it's not on?" Immediately, I knew what happened. When I pre-recorded Friday's show, this is what I did. I set it for 11 o'clock p.m., not 11 o'clock a.m. Yeah. Right, Rhonda? Yeah, it's like it just it is there you have it. So I quickly at the next stop, which happened to be Game and Fish, we had to take something and drop it off over at the Game and Fish HQ. And once we did that, I get on the Wi-Fi's and got it in, but got it in a little bit late. So thank you for understanding. Hope you had a good time with FAFO Friday. And I had one hell of a weekend. It's so damn cool. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this and the wonderful, amazing people at Bearizona. So let's talk about this. I was heading up there, and I had zero expectations. None. I've never been to Bearizona. I've never even been to Williams. Seriously. I think I've driven through Williams, hunted up there, but never like just hung out in Williams, which is a really cool place. Mm-hmm. Yes. A tech guru. I appreciate that, Jim. They don't let me push buttons for a reason. That's why. What's up, Lynn? And but anyway, so I had no expectations. Just wanted to go up there and see what was going on. Queen Bee sets us up at this Verbo. This Verbo is in the parking lot of Grand Canyon Brewery. Excuse me? Literally a Verbo, a absolute. This was a house. It was a little cabin. It's 2-story pad, 3 bedrooms, fantastic, and it was essentially attached to Grand Canyon Brewing. Like, okay, it's like as Rob said, because I immediately sent Rob a video. He goes, "That's like an all-inclusive resort." Yeah, it is. Holy cow, how cool is that? There's this cool little rustic cabiny kind of thing. We're sitting on the patio, having a drink and whatever, and everybody else is like right there at the patio of the brewery having their dinner. It was so cool. It really, really was cool. So that was very interesting. This is my second or third attempt or at least time in a Verbo or a Airbnb. I just never had done that before. And now I'm this whole new world. I'm like, wow, there's cool places. So basically it is when we got the kids, when the kiddos are with us, then if we're going to go anywhere, kind of our thing is we're going to stay in like really cool places, like neat places, like not just like, oh, we're going to go stay at the Hyatt or go stay at the Marriott. We're just going to find a cool place to stay. If it's an airplane hangar, if it's an old brewery, a distillery, don't care. We're going to do it. When we went to the Grand Canyon, when we're rafting the Grand Canyon, we stayed at a place that quite literally looks like horror movies are filmed there. Like I told my buddy who is a film guy, he films for so many companies, does amazing work. He did our Beaver video for us, the Beaver Lake video for us. He does great work. And I told him, I said, if you want a scary scene or a scary backdrop, what if this motel is the place? This is where you need. This is right here in your own backyard, right up the road in Seligman. I'm not going to say what the kids kept saying every time I said Seligman, but so the next day we head over to Bearizona, and Rhonda, I'm telling you, if you've never been to Bearizona, make the trip, do it. It is cool. Again, I had no expectations, and the reason why we went up there is for Wildlife for Tomorrow. They were having a October Fest. And so their little thing, what's up, Truman? So their beer garden that they had, the proceeds went to us, went to Wildlife for Tomorrow. So way cool that I got to get up there, get on the bullhorn, thank everybody, and just thank Bearizona. So anyway, we go into this place, and we're supposed to be setting up a little area or whatever, a table or whatever. But Queen Bee says, she just said, hey, listen, would you tell the person at the gate, hey, yeah, we're here for the event, but would you mind if we just kind of go through, do the whole drive-through experience? She said, yeah, go ahead. Blown away. I see Arctic wolves. I'm seeing reindeer. I'm seeing little bears, big bear. I'm seeing elk. I'm absolutely stunned at what I'm looking at, driving through and having a blast. I'm seeing American bison. So I saw I'm sure they're going to call it like Lucasic or something like that, but I saw a essentially yellow, a blonde bison, like toes to the nose. And I just, okay, I'm 49 years old. And I'm getting out and seeing these things, and I am a kid. All of a sudden, I'm a kid. I'm acting as mature as the offspring in the back seat of the truck, and I'm blown away. I'm just absolutely. Like the coolest zoo experience ever. And you're sitting there just kind of chilling in your car. It's like a drive-in movie. This is it. It's a drive-in movie zoo. It's a drive-in movie edition of a rendition, whatever. Hold on, just hang tight, hang on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like going to the zoo, but it's a drive-in. It's fantastic. Then this keeps getting so much better. I'm telling you, the Malibu Beach Bison. Yes, I love that, Chip. Yes, Seligman has a lot of indigenous history. So does Peach Springs. Well, oh heck yeah, they do. They sure enough, Lynn, they definitely do. But then you get to the spot. You're not done. Like you do the drive-through thing, and that's what I thought we were going to do. And then they would have maybe at like a restaurant or something like that. They'd have something set up. No. Then you get to a real zoo where there's real zoo stuff. I guess there's otters, and it's funny at one of the drawings that they had. Intern Nuge won a painting that was done by an otter. He got an otter painting. You ought to check it out. Anyway, but yes, it was pop, otter prints all over with paint, whatever. But there's Arctic foxes, and there's grizzly bears, and there's snakes, and there's there's elk, and then there's these big jaguars and the panther, and I'm like, what in the name of this is so cool? And I have to tell you, and I'm singing the praises of Bearizona, y'all. I will sing the praises of Bearizona until I can't stand up. I am so thankful for them. It is probably one of the most well-maintained, cleanest anything I've been to. A theme park or a zoo or whatever. I mean, damn, it is clean. And that place is dialed in. The people are friendly. The people are knowledgeable. And the people are courteous. And the place is spotless. So cool. Let's get to the event. Big thanks to, and I'm probably gonna miss somebody here. Historic Brewing, Huss was out there. God, I love Huss. Huss Brewing is fantastic. Grand Canyon, of course, was there. Walter Station was there, and Lumberyard was there. These people show up just doing beer samples, right? They were just doing this out of kindness of their heart, because people were paying money to be in there, and people were paying good amount of money, like $100 just to be in the little beer garden area. And it was so dang cool. Oh, Brandon, how was Bearizona, brother? I can't stop talking about it. I'm blown away by how cool that place is. Please get up there and check it out. And stay in Williams. What a cool little town. Like I said, but I mean, I got to stay at the Grand Canyon Brewery. It's wild. But what a cool town. Very cool town. A little train stop town. What a cool deal. Anyway, the beer garden. So they had a lot of things to raffle off. They had axe throwing. They had all these games. People are dressed in lederhosen. I mean, it was like Oktoberfest kind of thing. It was total fun. So the contact we deal with Jeff, he's like, yeah, I think this is a successful event. He goes, this is the first one that I put on. Like, shut the front door. No way that this is the first event you put on like this. He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, nailed it. Aces, nailed it. So he said, yeah, I think we're like about probably a little over 10 grand. I'm like, what? I'm like, y'all just did this for us? I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever. And not us, like, me and Queen Bee, but I'm our organization, Wildlife for Tomorrow. Wildlife for Tomorrow, just in case you haven't caught up, Wildlife for Tomorrow is the 501c3 fundraising arm for your Arizona Game and Fish Department, of which is a government agency that does not get $1 from the general tax fund of Arizona. It relies on Pittman Robertson funds and donations and organizations like ours that do cool things in racing. And then Bearizona, people like Bearizona are stepping up and doing this. It's just so cool. It's just so very cool. So, but then intern Beans comes on and she goes, "You guys see that big money thing out front?" "What money thing out front?" "Yeah, it's by the bathroom. Go check it out. It's just a big Wildlife for Tomorrow thing." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? A Wildlife for Tomorrow thing?" So I didn't even think anything of it. So we go about looking at the grizzly bears and all that, and we're, getting under the kids' skin and everything like that. That's what we do as parents. But then I'm like, "Yeah, let's go check out this thing." Like Beans is like, "Yeah, it's right over there." I was thinking there's like a little donation box or a little logo on it, a little donation box, people stuffing, ones in there and things like that. Dude, this thing was like 5x5x5. This tank, essentially, this glass enclosure donation box, about a third full of cash. And I'm talking not just ones, fives, 20s, fetties, 10s. I was like, what in the world? This was, people were just coming in and just putting cash in there because it's a Wildlife for Tomorrow. Boom. They just put money in it. It was this big thing of cash. Like, it had enough in there. You probably remember, probably seen those big cash grab machine, like people winning a prize or whatever. They stand in this thing and then all the wind starts blowing and they snatch up. It was like that kind of money stacked at the bottom. It was amazing. So we were just humbled, thankful, and just excited that Bearizona would do something so cool for us, and just unbelievable. Yeah. And Jim is right. It's a very inexpensive day trip. I-17 is just, I've had it. I've had up to here with I-17. Intern Beans goes to NAU. So I try to get to Flagstaff as much as I can. I'm going to be hunting up there too. Up to here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. When your nephew gets back, Lynn, heck yeah. Get up there and check it out. So cool. Such good people and just a cool experience. And then right up the road, they've got the mountain sled thing. I don't know what the hell you call it. The coaster thing. So, this is this I don't even know how to explain this. I saw one when I was in Wyoming. I played on the thing over and over again. It's these little sled things that you get in, and they take you all the way up the mountain, and it's about a mile long. And you basically you control the speed, and you do a little roller coaster thing all the way down the side of the mountain. Oh my gosh! So yeah, Williams got it going on. Williams has it going on. I am a big fan. Every time now when I go to Flagstaff, maybe seeing intern Beans, I'll probably stay in Williams. Only 27 miles away. And I just don't like downtown Flagstaff. I'm just like, it's just crowded. It's just, So I like Williams. And if you don't know the story, let me help you guys out. And Greg, good to see you on here, bud. Alpine slide. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They call it some coaster thing, but yeah, it's an Alpine slide. So cool. So if you don't know the Williams thing, so John Lasseter, just so you guys, I'm a big, you guys know I'm a big Disney fan. I just am. I know. We get to politics of it later. But John Lasseter was the founder of Pixar. And just that story alone, how they used to work for George Lucas, and George Lucas is like, nobody's going to make a computer animated movie. Sorry, no one's going to do that. Adios, on your way. John Lasseter was the one of the founders of Pixar. After he did Monsters Inc. and Finding Nemo, I'm sorry, he did Toy Story and then Monsters Inc. or Finding, whichever one to his wife was like, you work too much. We are literally going on a road trip with the family. You're going to not work, and we're going to reconnect as a family, but we're doing a family vacation. As he was driving, so they did Route 66. They rented an RV and did Route 66. As he was going through Williams, Arizona, where I just was, that main street, Route 66, that's where he got the idea for Cars. Cars, the movie, plural. It got weird at the end there. But Cars, that franchise, was birthed Williams, Arizona. Pretty cool, right? So when you see Radiator Springs, it looks a lot like downtown Williams. That's it. So he was supposed to be taking a vacation, not working. He's driving the RV going, Hmm. Life is a highway. Maybe that was playing. Yeah. I liked it. Anyway, so that's William. So that's the kind of the connection there. It was funny because Queen Bee's daughter said, "Is this where Cars was filmed?" She's so cute. But yeah, so Williams is a great deal, great Gulf War memorial. Yes, 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 absolutely. When his kid in Colorado went on alpine slide. Oh, dude, when you're a kid, never not be a kid. Rhonda, get up to Williams and do it. $20 though. So let me tell you, I actually filmed a video. I was going to post it today. Was kind of I was talking to my phone on the way up the alpine slide thing. So just slow ride up to the top. And I said, and I just paid $20. Well, plus the kids and so I paid a lot of bucks. It's $20 for the ride. And I was like, yeah, kind of pricey. Then I asked the guys, like, how long is the track? He's like, a little over a mile. I'm like, $20 a mile. That's like my F-150. Same thing. So I felt comfortable in it. Oof. Yeah. But anyway. I had a ton of fun. Got to walk around. The weather was beautiful. Weather's perfect. Everything is expensive all over the state. So just traveling with families, like take a second on the house. But yes, it is a fantastic town. Williams, Bearizona is worth the drive, worth the trip. It's beautiful. It's well taken care of. It's well maintained. Their people are trained to the nines, and they take good care of you. It's just awesome. Like if you just have a look like I normally have, like this, like I'm lost most of the time. I had at least I would say two or three employees just come up to me and say, "Hey, can I help you find something?" Like I didn't go up to them. They came, "Hey, can we find something?" I'm like, "No, I just lost the family again." You know me. And they also had this at the restaurant there. They had this the buffalo chicken mac and cheese. Highly recommend. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. What's Greg talking? Would Williams be a good place to retire? Oh hell yeah, Greg. I'm telling you, man. Queen Bee said she goes, I could live here. Like I could live here, and it was her idea too to every time we visit Flagstaff just to stay in Williams. What a cool little town. What a cool little town for sure. I mean, it's very, you go downtown, it's very, Route 66, tchotchkes everywhere for sale and all of that. But it's just it's where I'll be staying when I'm in my hunt in November. So yeah, it's just a really cool, really cool place. Let me talk about this a little bit because this is the Go Show. We do celebrate all things outdoors. I was impressed by how Bearizona handled the zoo part of Bearizona. And in our world of the outdoors, in our world of conservation, our world of wildlife management, a lot of times zoos get a bad rap. Zoos get a bad rap because they're not as you almost feel sorry for the animals. You're like, ugh. Not a Bearizona. I would really like to come back as one animal in Bearizona. Pick one. Don't care. I can be an otter. I can be an Arctic fox. Who cares? I want to come back as one of them. They're well taken care of. They're pampered. They're spoiled. I love it. Those grizzlies were happy. Something, Rhonda? I don't know. I don't remember seeing any dogs. She has her dogs allowed at Bearizona. I don't know. That's a good question. Because it's such a unique experience, I don't know if it's if it is, but that'd be a good thing to look into. So, but a good thing to ask. But in everybody, do yourself a favor and plan just a day trip or overnight or whatever it is up to Williams and enjoy it and hang out at Bearizona. But I am, I got to know intern Baines and intern Nuge, their mother's side of the family are connected with the founding family of SeaWorld. Okay. So this is where I'm getting into this here. So this is the Shed family. The Shed family, if you're an angler, if you're into offshore fishing at all, AFTCO, American Fishing Tackle Company, is his company. And Bill is the grandson of the founder of SeaWorld. So when I saw him every now and again at different functions, it's when CNN released Blackfish. You guys remember this? Blackfish was the expose on the world of orcas and orca shows at SeaWorld. And it basically took them down. It took them out. OSHA got involved. It was during the Obama administration. They got OSHA involved to say that basically it's a hazard having these animals like this. You can't have them anymore, and they shut down the entire program. CNN made sure that SeaWorld looked like a evil organization. I had such a problem with that. Not only that was I connected to the Shed family, and I know their conservation efforts, is that it left everybody with a bad taste. Now, did SeaWorld with this whole Tilikum, I don't know if you understand that. Tilikum was their biggest, baddest orca. He was a bad mamma jamma. Killed trainers, I think 3. And they just kept breeding him because they wanted bigger orcas in the breeding program. And actually, one part of Blackfish is I covered the kids' eyes. They were extracting semen naturally. It's like I did not see that. I did not think that was going to be part of the program. Anyway, but what was left out of Blackfish was all of the conservation efforts of SeaWorld and that entire organization in Anheuser-Busch. What is left out was I caught a 52-pound white sea bass out in La Jolla. And when I posted a picture of it, Bill Shedd actually commented on it and said, "You're welcome. That's from my hatchery." I'm like, excuse me a second. Did you say you have a hatchery? Can you tell me about this? Yeah. He's like, we all do. We have hatcheries for all different type species of fish and wildlife. And yeah, we're giant conservationists. Our own money, our own dough. We put it up. We do it. And that's just absolutely sad that you have shows like Blackfish. You have janky zoos that just, don't take care of their animals, that just really, really screw up the whole program. And then you get up to Bearizona and you're like, okay, these guys are doing it right. These guys are doing it right. I still don't know what the hell happened out at Dolphin Heiress. Do you remember this? The dolphins in the desert. I mean, Beans was there. Beans was in there with a dolphin, and she's nutso marine biologist. So this was all about it. I don't know what the hell happened. Apparently, one dolphin died, and then another one died, and then they're like, shut the program down. Dolphins don't belong in the desert. I don't disagree with that. But having that exhibit there for a short period of time, I'm telling you, planted a seed of conservation into a lot of kids and interest into biology, interest into the ocean, the seeds were planted. So therefore, I think it did a good job. I am not anti-zoo, anti any of this stuff by any stretch, because I understand its importance in showing the next generation that these animals are important and these animals are pretty damn cool. Yeah. I actually, Ron, you said went to SeaWorld. I was actually at one of the shows where Tilikum, I believe it was Tilikum, it probably was Tilikum, took out one of the trainers. Didn't kill him, but took it. So what they do is, if you haven't been to the shows, the fish, the big giant orcas will come up, which are homicidal sea pandas. Those things are evil as they get. But they'd pop up, and they would just hold their mouth open, and buckets of fish would be thrown into these orcas' mouths, right? So big orca comes up and waits for his little treat. A trainer comes up right beside him to get out of the pool, just did one of those like jump off the things or surf on the orca or whatever. And so he was in the pool, or she was in the pool, comes up right next to it, and the fish just goes and just pushes her down to the bottom. Let her up. Everybody jumped, like about 50 people jumped out of the back of the thing. They're all slapping the side of the people are diving in. They're freaking out. And then the trainer was fine, and then they just canceled the show, and everybody just went on their way. Man, what do you think is going to happen? If you know anything about pandas are the apex predator. There's nothing above a orca in the food chain in the ocean. Period. Nothing. The only thing that could take out a orca is a bigger orca. That's it. Sharks will change their migration patterns if they see a pod of orca. Completely just avoid them. and not come back for a minute. Go, we don't like that. They will jack you up. Yes. Marineland in Florida. This is the last one that leaves a horrible reputation for any of these. Yes, Truman, exactly. Yeah, keeping that lone orca and dolphin. Oh, just ridiculous. But okay, so again, when we talk like grown-ups on these shows, so what do you do? Like, okay, so back in the day when they were founding SeaWorld, I mean, they had an opportunity to catch orcas and to bring them in and make them do, I don't know, flippity dolphin stuff. I don't know. But back in the day, I mean, that was, you were drinking scotch and smoking at your desk in the office too. I mean, it was a different world back then. So now you're into this program. Now you have orcas. Now you have animals in zoos that shouldn't be animals in zoos. And what do? You can't release them into the wild. So you can't euthanize them. So what do? Yeah, you're stuck. So you make the most of it. And I know Marineland, I hope they're making the most of it. I mean, I think that last one died. But I mean, when you're stuck in that situation, you're like, okay, now we have to education purposes. It has to. Do orca babies survive okay? I want to be an orca baby. Are you kidding me? I want to be the most protected thing in the planet, in the entire ocean ecosystem. But yes, there were several orca babies, Greg, that were bred in captivity through the orca program at SeaWorld. Yes, but then you don't. Like again, they're stuck for years and years and years. There's no, you don't put them out in the wild. They're stuck in a big fish tank, big fish bowl. Yeah. Yeah, Truman, I did too. Yeah. Now about adding roller coasters for entertainment. Yeah, Truman, they're stuck. Last time I went to SeaWorld in San Diego, I'm like, thank God Anheuser-Busch owns this place because they got beer. Let's go. Whew. It was, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Lynn, yeah, okay. Well, you can't put it. Lynn said eat them. But you are. So anyway, going to Bearizona, thinking a little bit about SeaWorld and Blackfish and having that conversation, it was interesting to me because I understand in our world of conservation how important well-maintained, awesome zoos are for education purposes, all of that. How amazing and needed they are for our outdoor world and basically the survival of what we do and how we do it. Again, Arizona is the most biodiverse non-coastal state in the nation. We have 820 species of wildlife that your game and fish department manages healthy populations of. Only 60 of those ish are game species. So everything impacts everything else. And the cool thing about it is that support comes from, God, when I was a kid, I went to Bearizona and I saw all this cool Arizona wildlife and it got me interested in it. And I want to preserve that and I want to help. It just, those seeds are planted all the way through. Yeah. No, man. They're still, Greg, they're still assholes. They really are, bud. Yeah, that's what he said. They don't take the edge off them. They will kill you. They're coordinated. Yeah. Homicidal sea pandas. This is what they are. Oh man. Okay, guys. But anyway, support your zoos and support the zoos. Out here in the West Valley, Wildlife World Zoo. Whew. Man, talk about taking a second out of the house. Woo! I hadn't been there in a hot minute, so I really don't know what they're doing or how they're doing it. The contact that I had there that helped start that is long gone. So I don't know how it's run out there. But anyway, when you check out your zoos, know they're doing the most, contribute where you can, help out where you can. And when people start poo-pooing on, oh, these animals are in captivity, sign me up to be a Bearizona grizzly. Sign me up to be a Bearizona otter. I want to be in a cool zoo. I'm all about it. All right, y'all. We'll do this again tomorrow. Two really, really fascinating stories that we need to talk about. And one is a giant land grab by your government, which is infringing on our ability to celebrate outdoors. So we'll talk about that tomorrow right here on The Go Show. Celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. See you tomorrow at 11.